Hello guys, welcome to Matrix Tutorials, a place for some exciting tutorial videos on physics, maths and computing. In this video, we will be discussing database management system or DBMS, which is taught in 4th or 5th semester of B.Tech degree course in technical universities and engineering colleges across India as well as in the world. So let us start. In this video, we will be talking some introductory concepts on DBMS. So what we will cover in this video are why we should learn DBMS, what is the importance of data in our life, what is data and what is information, what is a database and what is a database management system. Everyone of us know what is data. From the very beginning, from the childhood, we are coming across the term data. So before reading database management system, we should know what is data, what is the importance of data, then what is a database, then what is a database management system. So before studying what is data, let us ask ourselves, why data? Imagine you are studying a university that has no data about its professors, students, examinations, employees, or you are working in a manufacturing company that has no data regarding its products, raw materials, employees, customers, production figures, sales figures. Or imagine you are working in an online sales organization like Snapdeal or Amazon that has no records of its sales or customers or products or invoices or accounting. Also imagine you have an account in a bank that has no information regarding your past transactions and that is also not keeping your current balance. Just imagine these type of organizations where no important data is available. Then try to understand the importance of data. Can these organizations survive without data? Absolutely not. If you operate a business, you must have the following important data at your fingertips, like who are your customers, what products you are selling, who is working for you, who owes you money and to whom you owe money. All businesses have to keep this type of data that must have available to decision makers when necessary. The ultimate purpose of all business information systems is to help businesses use information as an organizational resource. At the heart of all of these systems are the collection, storage, aggregation, manipulation, dissemination, and management of data. So, an organization requires data. That data is used for decision making. Without data, a business cannot survive. For survival, data is absolutely necessary. Depending on the type of information system and the characteristics of the business, Data could vary from a few megabytes on just one or two topics to terabytes of data covering hundreds of topics within the internal and external environment of the business. Take some examples like telecommunication companies such as Sprint, AT&T, our own Reliance, Airtel, that keep data on trillions of phone calls, with new data being added to the system at speeds up to 70,000 calls per second. Google responds to over 100 million searches per day across a collection of data that is several terabytes in size, and the results of these searches are available almost instantly. You can also take examples of Facebook and Twitter. These examples speak about the volume and variety of data as well as the response time requirement. So from this discussion, we come across the importance of data. What is the importance of data is obvious from such discussions, such examples. Now let us formally define data. Data are raw facts. The word raw indicates that the facts have not yet been processed to reveal their meaning. So, data means facts. Suppose you are a student, your name, your address, your date of birth, your branch, your course, your roll number, your college name, all are data for you. Similarly, if you are an employee, then your name, your date of joining, your designation, your salary, all are data about you. So data are not something we don't know. Data are raw facts. Then what is information? Information is the result of processing raw data to reveal its meaning. That means we process data to get information. Data is the building block of information. Without data, we cannot get information. Accurate, relevant and timely information is the key to good decision making, and good decision making is the key to organizational survival in a global competitive market. So, data are raw facts which are processed to get information. Information is required by an organization to take good decisions, and that good decision helps the organization in its survival in a competitive world. Then what is database? Database is an organized collection of data, and it consists of database objects like different users who use the database, who own the database, the raw data that are tables and queries, views, and other objects such as store procedures, functions, triggers. These are called database objects, which we will come across in the DBMS course. So the important database objects are tables, queries, views, store procedures, functions, triggers, synonyms, snapshots, indices. These objects will be covered in greater detail in the DBMS course. So a database is very similar to a well-organized electronic filing cabinet, in which a powerful software called Database Management System or DBMS helps to manage the cabinet's content. Examples of database: for example, in a bank, the data about the customers, the data about employees, all its branches, loans, deposit, withdrawal and transfer transactions, debit and credit card information, and online banking credentials of the customers. So all these data are the database of a bank. Similarly, in a university, data regarding its professors, its colleges, students, disciplines, courses, lectures, examinations, publications, fees collections, and scholarship. These data constitute the database of the university. So database is nothing but the collection of all related data important to an organization we are studying about. What is a DBMS or database management system? A database management system is a collection of programs. Means a DBMS is a software that manages the database structure and controls access to the data stored in the database. So a DBMS is a complex software whose sole purpose is to manage the database. It serves as an intermediary between the user and the database. The user interacts with the data only through the DBMS software. The DBMS presents the end user or application program with a single integrated view of the data in the database. It receives all application requests and translates them into the complex operations required to fulfill those requests. The DBMS hides much of the complexities behind the scene and exposes a very user-friendly interface for application programs that the end users use to interact with the database. The application programs, or we can sometimes call them database applications, are written in a programming language like Java, C# or Visual Basic. Those application programs are used by end users of the database to access and manipulate data contained in a database. This is an overview of a database management system, how it serves the purpose of database read and write operations. You can see a database server is a server which installs database applications like Oracle, SQL Server, MySQL, IBM DB2, Sybase or PostgreSQL. And in another side, these are clients. The client can be a web client or a desktop client. A web client is a browser-based client that uses Hypertext Transfer Protocol or HTTP to interact with a web server, which in behind talks with a database server. The database server takes the request from the web server and returns data, which in turn is returned to the web client. The web application is written in a web application technology like ASP.NET, Java Server Pages, Cold Fusion, Servlets, PHP, CGI, Perl. There may be desktop clients. So desktop clients are rich clients. They provide generally user interfaces, graphical user interfaces to interact with the database either directly or through an application server. Again, these desktop clients can be written using any of the programming languages available like Java, C#, Visual Basic, C++. The desktop client may be a part of a n-tier or 3-tier architecture which talks with an application server, and the application server talks with the database. So the application server stays in the middle tier, which helps us to fetch data from the database, and that data is returned to the client. Or the desktop client may be a fat client that directly interacts with the database server. So this architecture is a 2-tier or client server architecture, and this architecture is a n-tier or 3-tier architecture in which the middle tier is the application server or business logic tier. So this is how we use a DBMS software. This is a basic overview of how a database system environment works. There are actors or users like data and database administrators, system developers, and end users who interact with the database using a user interface. There are application programs and case tools also used in DBMS, and there is also a repository which is directly used by DBMS as well as case tools. So you can see in the middle there is a user interface which helps to interact with the database. The database system environment in greater detail will be dealt in a later chapter. So in this video we will conclude with this, and we will continue with our next video in which we will discuss some more facts about database management system or DBMS. Thank you for listening. Please like and subscribe my YouTube channel for some more exciting videos on database management system and other computer science papers, and also on physics and maths. Thank you once again. Have a good day.